My name's Gary, grateful, recovering alcoholic, drug addict. It's been almost a week. Tomorrow will be a week since I got the tragic news, horrific news about my son, Brandon. Fentanyl overdose, accidental fentanyl overdose. Wow, it's just, where do I start, man? I guess what I'm gonna say is, when I turn this thing on, I promise to check in and let you, alcoholics or people trying to get sober, I'm just trying to let you guys know that God's there and available for you. All you got to do is ask him for help. And it's amazing. You know, he did it for me. It didn't happen right away, but I prayed for the willingness and he gave it to me. So if you watch any previous videos, it's an amazing thing. And I got some, I want to do some catching up with you. So, where do I start? I'm going to throw a few in there, just a couple stories for tonight. Since I decided to keep this dark, tragic event, since I decided to, through prayer and other people, but mostly through prayer, I decided I'm gonna make this thing a purposeful, meaningful, great event and try to bring light to this tragic situation. Okay, I'm going to do my best, everything I can do for me. I can't control other people, and it's hard because there's a lot of different personalities. When somebody loses their life tragically, like my son Brandon did, there's a lot of different personalities involved, and people are all just trying to do the right thing and show that they love him and everything. And, family situations, I don't want to get into all that stuff because everybody's just doing what they need to do. And they're coming, they mean it from their heart, man. So, but it's hard with family dynamics and people wanting to protect me and Brandon and, stuff's going on, and everybody's coming from the right place. And amazingly enough, if I pray, like as soon as I get off this thing tonight, I'm going to pray and just say, hey man, God, please give me the strength to walk through this. Thank you so much for all the miracles so far. You have really, revealed yourself to me. It's amazing. So I get a call. I don't even know where to start. Let me just start my day. I got up. I was supposed to go into work today for the first time. I just couldn't do it, man. I'm used to getting up at 3:50 in the morning. I hit the gym, and I'm at work by 6. And then I'm in there ruffling people's feathers and trying to get the crews out and everything. I'm a project manager for a local glass company here, right outside of Austin. And, it's what I've done my whole life. I was raised in the business, and here's how cool this is. When I got sober, I was looking at these big jobs, these fucking headhunters want to hook you up with, like $200,000 jobs, 180, 150, and that's a lot, that's good money for me, anywhere you can get a salary for that kind of money in Texas is fucking good money. So they were looking at shipping me to Chicago or, somewhere where I didn't really fit in. And hey Bob. Bob's been a pain in the ass, man. He's my cat, but he's just wants some love. They know their dad's going through some shit, man. But so I'm sorry about Bob. You're just gonna hear Bob too. So if you got a cat, put him up here. Maybe he's saying something in cat English or something. But let me keep track here. So they were trying to find me all these big important fucking jobs that stroke my ego and make me feel important. So what I did was, I wasn't getting successful. I turned a big job down because, for whatever reason, I turned a big job down with 6-figure income and, nice apartment and company vehicle and gas card and all that stuff, right? And I turned it down, and I was just really fucking bummed. I remember being bummed. And this is about, a few months ago. And I remember praying. And I remember hearing videos, like with Jordan Peterson and these other, kind of guru guys on the internet, saying, picture what you want and be specific, right? Be specific with what you want, right? So I got specific, and hey Bob, come on. I got specific, and I was like, okay, here's what I want, all right? I didn't want to, I'm a project manager. I've been doing this my whole life, so I got a lot to offer a company. I want a company that needs a mentor type position where there's some younger guys and they need to learn the business the right way. I was trained by people that love me, so they taught me the right way, right, to do things. And then I prayed to have a group of people, because I go into these companies and I've got, 37 years of experience. So sometimes, sometimes the guy over me or, some people below me that didn't get the position are, they don't like me, going in, they feel threatened. So that's happened to me before. So I asked, please, have these people know I'm here to help and not feel threatened. And that has to do a lot with my behavior and how I talk to those people. So I'm aware of that now. And then I just had a text come in. I'm sorry. I thought, so somewhere to mentor younger people, somewhere that needs me, somewhere where the employees value my knowledge of the business and will accept me, and we'll be able to get that team spirit going together, right? And I fucking left out the $200,000 a year thing, but it's okay, I'll get there, So, and I want to be my son his fiance was having a kid, right? So I wanted to be near my kids, and I want to be near my grandson. So my 2 sons were living in Austin, Texas, and I had come from Houston to California, and I was on my knees praying for this stuff, right? And I threw the prayers up there because God got me sober. I got sober through prayer. And I got all these headhunters working for me every day. I'm on the phone like every 20 minutes and interviews, And this guy calls me, saw on my resume on Indeed or some fucking site like that, Monster or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I saw your resume and, I'd like to interview you. And I was like, okay, cool. So I take the phone call and I get this job, right? And it's, it's not chump change. I mean, I'm making good money, it's enough to survive and pay some bills, and I owe my parents a shit ton of money because they helped me out, and it's enough to help pay them back. I figure in the next year I'll have them paid back, and no big deal. So I landed this company, and it's exactly what I wanted. It's exactly what I wanted. I look forward to going into work with these people. every day. I've got the support that you just don't find. Like, it's a once in a lifetime kind of deal. And they've all been there for a lot of fucking years. And they've accepted me. At first, they're like, who's this fucking guy that thinks he's Superman, probably, right? Nobody said that to me, right? But, a friend of mine said, Gary, you're kind of like a bull in a china cabinet, fucking tone it down a notch. Because, you got a lot to offer, and don't be a fucking dickhead, So it's really hard not to be, because I've been one my whole life. So I'm learning, and I'm telling you, it's prayer. I start to see certain things with my behavior, and I've got these friends that are good friends in AA that say shit like that to me, and they know how to say it to make me listen. It's like if somebody else told me that, if like my dad told me that, I'd go, you know what you're talking about, right? Bull in no china cabinet, right? Well, my friend that knows me for 20 years is telling me, dude, tone it down a notch. This guy's been in business 35 years. Let him do his fucking job. You don't need to know what his next move is. You just need to do your fucking job and keep your fucking mouth shut. And you know what? He was right. And those kind of miracles happen. Another miracle, So that was like pre my son passing away, right? So, sorry, it's late here in Austin, Texas, and I'm tired. So all this stuff is going on now with my son, right? And I'm trying to keep it in the light, and I got a head that woke up in the dark, like, you're never going to see your son again. You could have raised him better. You could have been a better example. You were fucking, when he was living with you, Brandon always chose to, he chose to live with me a lot, through his life. And a couple of years ago, he was living with me, and he was doing his battle, and I was doing mine with this thing called alcoholism and drug addiction. And we were getting along, but it was hard. Two rough guys in the house that think the same and all that stuff, and they're both fucking not clean and not sober. So we had a thing happen at the airport when I took him to meet his mom to go to rehab, and he hit me in the back of the head, and I fucking, I'm like, how dare you hit me, and I fucking grabbed him by the hair and threw him to the ground, and we're fucking rolling around on the goddamn concrete. Police had to come and break it up. Not proud of those things, man. Not proud of them, because a sober dad doesn't do that stuff. So I've got a lot of stuff, right? Brandon knew I loved him, and I did, and I was a good dad in a lot of ways too. And those are the things I need to focus on. I said it in another video, like, if I follow those negative, fucked up thoughts, right? Because I'm a human being, man. Brandon was too. And we're a family, Families have that kind of shit that happens. Not proud of it, and it hurts. I have to live with those moments, and I have to live with those feelings, but I don't have to do it alone, Like, it's hard to make these videos and say that, man. It's not easy, but if I can help like one person that, that rolled around on the ground with their son, or no, they said harsh words to their son. I've said shit like, I don't think I ever said I hate you, right? But I've said shit like in when we've had rageful arguments, like, you're a fucking idiot, you fucking retard, you're acting like a fucking, just toxic stuff that you don't say to your little boy, right? He wasn't a little boy when I said it, but he's my little boy, right? That's not handling the situation with love. So I've got some shit to live with, but instead of thinking about that stuff, my cat never jumps on my lap, and he knows something's going on. He's on my fucking lap right now. Like this cat, I saved him, right? I actually saved him. He was in an AA club as a kitty, and I saved him, brought him home, but there's his tail. He's on my lap. This cat does not go on my lap, man. But anyways, I'm not proud of this stuff, right? But if I can help somebody, if somebody's hurting, like, or if somebody has those kind of situations that, and their son's still alive, or daughter, and it's a mom and a daughter, a dad and a daughter, whatever. If I can help you, just let me know. Let's talk. This thing called, I'm so sorry about the tail. It's weird. But this thing called addiction and alcoholism and drug addiction is, it tears families apart, and it makes us crazy, and it makes the drug addict use more and get pissed off at the family, and those situations, like the one at the airport, they distance you from your family member. There's a loving way, there's loving ways to deal with that stuff. And I don't, I said I'm not that smart. I'm not a therapist. I don't have all the right answers. But it's a program of we. And we do this thing together, right? I don't know if anybody's tried this. I know my nephew, right? My nephew saw this video thing, right? And he's kind of a timid kid. He called me up tonight, right? And he's finding his way. He's a young man. He's in his early 20s. And he calls me up tonight and he says, Uncle Gary. And I go, hey, buddy, how are you? And he goes, he was like nervous, And he goes, I watched your videos and, man, I can't believe the impact that they've had. Like, I've just been kind of fucked up over this whole thing. And if I think, like you told me, that, like you're explaining how you're thinking through this thing with the light, and, stay out of the darkness, because you're going to get fucking hurt walking in the dark alone, right? Like taking a walk, if I take a walk here for 5 minutes alone, that's like taking a fucking walk in a bad neighborhood in the middle of the night, man. You're going to get fucking accosted and molested and fucking just worked over, And I'm going to come out of that going, like, what the fuck, man? Give me the gun. I want to put it in my mouth, right? But if I fucking take that toxic shit, that devil's fucking poison that wants to fucking get into my chest and take me down, right? That's the shit that wants to fucking take us down. That's the devil to me, okay? That's the fucking devil, right? That fucking motherfucker's not gonna penetrate this fucking spirit, man. No. Won't do it. Won't do it. You know why? I'm surrounded by light, right? And every time that he's on my shoulder, picking away with his little fucking pitchfork, right? Trying to get into my soul, he's not gonna do it. Fuck him. Fuck him, man. I won't do it. I'm not doing it. And you know what? That message came through to my nephew, and he's like, fuck that motherfucker, man. I'm gonna walk in the light with you, Uncle Gary. And that's what it's about. It's togetherness. It's we. It's not I. It's not I. I is not strong enough especially to battle alcoholism and drug addiction. I've tried every fucking way. I'm 50. I was going to give myself a few years there. I'm 56 years old. I know I don't look a day over 30, but I'm 56 years old, and I've been doing this since I was 18. And it's not to say that AA doesn't work, right? AA works. I didn't work AA, okay? So the times that I fell off the wagon or fell away from AA, one time I had 7 years, one time I had almost 10 years, and then one time I had a year. Every time that I fell off and started went into the darkness again, it was because I pulled back from the light. I got away from the pack of AA, the pack of Alcoholics Anonymous. My dog, will you stop it, please? My dog's licking his balls, man. So he got away from AA, got away from the group, you know. Somebody said, you know, you get away from the pack and you get picked off. And that's the truth. As soon as I, you know, oh, you know what? I'm tired. I'm not gonna throw one up there to God tonight. Bullshit, man. Even if it's God, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm tired, man. I know you understand. I'll hit you tomorrow double time. You know. And then you get up and you help someone else. You know, the next day you get up and you help somebody, or try to be of service. So I'm at 21 minutes and 15 seconds. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Hopefully I made sense. To be honest with you, going through all this stuff, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I've watched some of these videos and some of the clips that I've put together, and I don't even know how I'm functioning right now. So I'm still heartbroken, still saddened. Just to finish up with my nephew. So my nephew's fucking pumped up. He's got the juice, and he's going, I'm with you, man. Let's do this thing. I'm gonna help you out the best way I can. I'm gonna help my dad do some of this stuff with the videos, things. I try to spread them out a little bit, because I think there's value in it, Uncle Gary. You had a big impact on my life, and it's not because I'm blowing smoke up your ass or anything like that. It's because you know, there's some kind of strength I see in you, and he's known me for his whole life, and he sees something different. He's like, I can't believe I can't believe you're doing this. Like, I can't believe you're walking through this. And I'm walking through it because I ask God for help every day. And I ask him, God, please help make me useful. God, please help make me willing to be useful. When I got up this morning, I was beating the living shit out of myself. Alarm went off at 3:50. I said, fuck this, I can't do it, which is understandable, right? I got up at 9 a.m., called my boss. I told him I was trying to get in, and I couldn't put it together this morning, man. And I was truthful and honest with him, and I said, couldn't put it together this morning, and I'm going to go by a job site. I'm going to go rattle the superintendent's cage a little bit and get him going. Then I'm going to come into the office. And it was hard to go into the office because, you know, I don't want to go into the office and start crying like a fucking baby. And you know what? So what if I do? But I didn't. But I may tomorrow. Who knows? I'm not afraid of that. It's normal. Yeah, it's normal for what I'm going through. Shed many tears today. So if you're listening to these things, I hope they help. And if you know me and I haven't talked to you for years, shoot me a message. You know, I've got other people posting this stuff, and it's not, you know, I'm just making the videos. I have nothing to do with any of the posting or anything. I just want people to see them, and already people have seen them, and like people like I grew up with, you know, haven't seen for 25 years, sent some good shit, and they threw me off of. I have a Facebook page, but you know, I said some things I probably shouldn't have said. You know, like I said in the earlier videos, you know, there's no fucking filter sometimes, and you know, I can't get into my Facebook account. I have a page still, but I'm locked out. So, anyways, 5-day God challenge, man. So my nephew did the 5-day God challenge, and he started yesterday, and he's a different kid already. Swear to God. Swear to God, that's the truth. He's got all this strength about him. And he said, Uncle Gary, I got on my knees. I'm doing the 5-day God challenge. And I said, well, this fucking phone call, you don't even sound the same, man. Thank you. That's great, man. Roll with it, man, because you're just scratching the surface, dude. This gives you all kinds of strength, So, 5-day God challenge. Get on your knees. If you're an alcoholic or if you're not, man, if you're trying to get sober and you're struggling and you don't know how to do it, if you don't believe in God, believe that I believe, and pray to my God if you don't have one, and you'll be amazed. You will be amazed. Pray, God, I'm having doubts, man. And I've had mine. Everybody, I'm not some fucking Bible thumper. I'm just a drunk, dude. I'm just a fucking gutter drunk trying to get through a death of my son and survive this thing and try to keep it in the light, Do the 5-day God challenge. My nephew did, and it's working for him. He's only done 1 day. He's got 4 more to go. I can just imagine the fucking miracles that are going to come. So if you're trying to get sober, get on your knees. If you don't believe, pretend or borrow my God and pray and say, God, reveal yourself to me in the next 5 days. Tell me what happens. I promise you it'll be fucking miraculous. Miraculous. So it was for me, and it still is. So couldn't do this without God, without AA, and without helping people. So until tomorrow, you guys, or the next day, I'm not sure, but I'll keep checking in.